Hey there everybody, it's me. Today we are going to be looking at 5 hilarious folk stories you can't miss. So let's get into it. Our first story is called The Talking Ass. Once upon a time, a poor farmer had a donkey who was known throughout the village for his stubbornness. One day, the farmer decided to take the donkey to market, but on the way, he stopped for some wine and tied the donkey up outside the tavern. As soon as he left, a young woman approached the donkey and said, "Hey handsome, why don't you come inside with me, and I'll give you some nice hay." The donkey thought this was a great idea, so he followed her inside. The woman took off the donkey's load and put it on the counter and started feeding him grapes. But after eating only a few, the donkey broke out in hives. And when the woman asked what was wrong, he replied, "I can't eat these sour grapes." The woman got mad and threw a handful of salt in his eye, then slapped him. The donkey screamed, "Hey, what did I do to you?" To which she replied, "Didn't you just say that these grapes were sour?" The donkey explained that he didn't mean to offend her, and that he was actually very fond of sour grapes. So the woman told him, "Well, since you like them so much, here's another handful." And she threw more salt in his eye. And that's how the donkey learned that if you don't want to be insulted, don't insult others. Our next story is called Beware of Villagers. A guy walks into a bar and sees 2 guys sitting in the corner having a heated argument. He listens in and hears one guy say, "No, you don't understand. These villagers, they tried to kill me. They really wanted to, but I escaped." The other guy says, "Yeah, but listen to this. I was walking through the woods when I came across a clearing and saw 5 villagers beating a man with sticks. I ran over and shouted, 'Hey, what's going on?' And do you know what that guy said? That guy looked at me and said, 'Nothing, mate.' This is our weekly beating session. Would you like to join us?" Our next story is called How to Get Rid of Hiccups. A woman was driving down a country road when suddenly her car began to shake violently. She pulled over and got out of the car and noticed that all 4 of her tires had been slashed. Then she saw a sign nearby that read, "For quick and reliable tire repair. Call Larry at 555-1234. So she called the number, and Larry came and repaired her tires. As they were talking, the woman asked him, "You know, if I ever get the hiccups, will you come over and fix them?" Larry replied, "Sure, why not? I can fix anything." So the woman gave him her address and went on her way. A few weeks later, the woman was driving home when she felt a sudden jolt and realized that she had the hiccups. She pulled over, took a deep breath, and then called Larry. When he arrived, she said, "Quick, my tires aren't flat this time, but I have the hiccups." Larry looked at her for a moment and then reached into his pocket and pulled out a pair of scissors. "What are you doing?" the woman asked. "I'm going to cut your tonsils out," he said. The woman screamed, "But I don't have the hiccups anymore." Larry replied, "Well, guess that explains why you called me." Our next story is called Man Robs Bank. A guy walks into a bank and tells the teller that he wants to rob the bank. Our next story is called President Kennedy Visits Camp. President John F. Kennedy was visiting a military camp and decided to spend the night in one of the barracks. The soldiers in the barracks had made up their beds with mattresses on the floor to make it look nice for the president. But one soldier had forgotten to tuck in his mattress, and the president ended up falling into the gap and landing on the floor. The next morning, one of the soldiers entered the barracks and found the president sitting on the edge of the bed with a mattress over his head. "Mr. President," he said, "are you all right?" Replied the president, "I'm fine. Just tuck in your mattress." And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We've got plenty more videos like this one for you to watch, so stay tuned. If you liked this video, hit that like button and leave a comment below.